Drop the beat, Jay.
Oh, yeah. What's up, people? We got another episode of Like Father, Like Fun.
Yes, sir.
With your man, ChopMaster J.
SOTU, Son of the Underground.
And Matt Mega, what's
We got
going
Matt
on?
Mega.
On the ones and twos.
Yes, sir. On the keys tonight,
Keys and the keys.
specifically.
And we have some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful special guests in this new year.
For sure.
And we can't wait to speak with them and hear what they got coming up, what they got going on. And I think you'll be amazed, as I'm always amazed. I amaze myself. More importantly, in 2026, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We're in the new year. Old dog, new tricks, baby.
Is it old dog or old dog?
No. Old dog, new tricks. As they say, you can't teach an old dog a new trick.
You mean old
But
dog.
we have to learn a few because these old ones ain't working. And I just really, really am appreciative and happy to make it to a new year and all the different things that we have on the horizon and what's going to go on. And, we have Antonia Bennett.
Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh my God, the chanteuse songstress, we love her. We also have Miss Wendy Wilkins, Lady Chocolate from Extension, as we ascend and take it higher with something natural. It's all about staying well, not about getting well, and we have to ascend and evolve with the way we live our lives.
It's the time of the day when the skies turn to gray and the willows are singing their song, where the sleepyheads meet with pillows and sheets. That's where my sweet darling belongs. Baby, baby, lay down and close your eyes. I'll be waiting here for you when you rise. There's a story I know about a girl long ago who was pretty and smart just like you. There were kings and queens and magical things and sweet dreams in dreamland come true. Baby, lay down and close your eyes. I'll be waiting here for you when you rise. Sleep, darling, sleep. My love is yours to keep. Where the sleepyheads meet with pillows and sheets, that's where my sweet darling belongs.
Bob. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, I'm chilling. It's this new year.
Yeah.
We have things on the horizon.
Doesn't it feel like it just went that fast?
Yeah. It did. It really did. It actually really did. They're going a lot faster. To quote one of my favorite Gino Vanelli songs, the wheels of life are turning so much faster now. You know, with every step and every breath is farther from youth and closer to death. Anyway, the bottom line is that
it resonates now.
It's like being at like an amusement park, and it's going to close in a few hours, and you got to go try to do everything. You know, so. That's what life feels like for me right now.
That's a crazy way to explain it.
And I'm going to go ride everything.
Well, you got to just show up for as much as you can, right?
Yes.
Because there's only the window that you've got, and tomorrow's not promised for any of us.
At all, you know, and...
blessings.
You know, right. And like you say, they say 70% of life is showing up. You know, it really
that sounds depressing.
Well, Jane Fonda used to always say, "This isn't a dress rehearsal. Life isn't a dress rehearsal," and I think that it's true. You know, I mean, it takes a long time to kind of figure that out. I wish I had heard her say it when I was much younger.
Well, it's too bad you didn't hear Big Brothers. I said the same thing, and I don't know if I got it from Jane Fonda. I said that 20-something years, 30 years ago on a song called Spirit. Dig the spirit, dig the spirit. Dig the spirit. Oh, yeah. This ain't no rehearsal, people. The time is now or never. I'm like, this ain't no dress rehearsal, people. The time is now or never. Maybe I heard it from Jane Fonda.
Maybe she heard it from you.
Hanoi Jane.
She
might have. I love Jane Fonda.
So you never know.
Never.
You know, the idea is that we're not going to be scared, though. We're going to have fun moving forward. And I just think that it's so important for us to make the most of it. I, as a kid who grew up playing jazz and bebop my entire life, first song I ever learned to play was Mercy, Mercy, written by Joe Zawinul, but made famous by Cam Boyle. And I think the second song I learned to play was Killer Joe, the Quincy Jones arrangement version. And grew up playing in organized big band. And I played Dixieland. We did all this stuff, you know, growing up in Berkeley. Essentially a place that's a cultural
melting pot,
fertile cultural thing there, right? And in the 70s, the K-Jazz radio programmer, Dr. Herb Wong, was also the program director for K-Jazz, but was also the superintendent of schools in Berkeley.
Amazing.
Yeah, so what would happen is he would bring all the different jazz artists that would come to town to promote. He would make sure, or he would ask them to come and sit in with the class that we had, and or even do a performance. So we were able to perform with people. The program, we performed with Duke Ellington, Donald Byrd.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are my heroes.
And that's at the community theater, like 3,000 seater at Berkeley High School. Also Dick Gregory. The jazz program was something that you started in 4th grade and went up to 12th grade, and you competed with all the other high school bands and stuff, Reno Jazz Fest, Monterey, and everything.
Amazing.
So my background is jazz. My father's background, my father was just straight standards. That's all he listened to in his car. Thank God I had my mom, because she played the blues and Zydeco and rock and everything else. But my dad was straight standards. That's it.
Like here, right?
Yeah, she played everything, Clifton Chenier and all. But I grew up appreciating standards. I grew up appreciating jazz. I grew up loving with the idea of accompaniment, you know. And I think that with someone like yourself, because I've looked at some of your music, and you're incredible. I mean, you're just
Oh.
you're so poised with that stuff. I don't know how old you are, and it don't matter to me. But at the end of the day, you just feel like one of them old souls, though, with that shit. It's like, and that's part of it in jazz. It's like, that's the swag. It's like, oh, baby, I've been doing this a lifetime.
But you were so lucky to grow up in the Bay Area during that period of time, because there was so much happening music and great things happening at that time. And I can really see in the short period of time that we've known each other, just like how many different subcultures you're hooked into and knowledgeable about. And I think that even though there's so much access to so many things now with the internet, there's not as many people that are hooked into so many different things as there used to be.
Sure.
And now, like you were saying, everything is opening up again because there is this like mass exposure of things. So if you want to find things, you can.
Right.
And so that's the good news. Like whatever kind of artist you are or whatever, it's now no longer like one type of artist. Now you've got everything again.
Right.
And when I was growing up, I caught the tail end of that, where you could be like watching the Carson show or something like that, and you could have a folk singer, a jazz singer, you know, whatever. Like it was all mixed, and you had everything, and that was such a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the promoter that was in our area, Bill Graham.
Yeah, Bill Graham.
And his thing was, you know, I'm not going to give the people what they want, I'm going to give them what they need. So that's why he would throw concerts that would have Led Zeppelin and Aretha Franklin on. Stuff like that, see? And I definitely grew up in that
era,
that whole thing, and I love it. And you're right, you know, there's no app for experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got an app for everything, but you know.
Got the OG app.
So you understand, so that's what app is. We take your experience. No, the idea, there's no app for that, for feeling those moments and being there and having that connection with other people and doing those different things. You can't get that. Yeah. And I appreciate, and I realize that it's not really out there, so I have to go create it for myself. I have to go connect with people, new people, good people. I've always said I haven't worked with the people. I haven't met the people that I'm going to work with, and I know it, you know, moving forward, and I look forward to it because it's that time, you know. For Digital Underground Next Generation, they have an album called Evolution.
And I think, you know, collaboration is king, especially when it's the right collaboration, you know. Yeah. It opens you, it opens you up and makes you do things that you wouldn't normally do that are not in your wheelhouse, because you have to like open your mind to it, and it's good.
Right. Billy Cobham, one of my favorites, he always said his philosophy was, why not?
Why not?
Why not? When you're doing stuff and all that, like, don't put yourself in no box about nothing. Why not?
And now there's so many people, you know, whereas before people would always say like, oh, you can't do that because that's not in your genre or whatever. Everybody now is crossing across genres and doing whatever they want and many different styles of whatever. Yeah. And that's amazing. That's amazing for creative people.
Exactly. And creative people are going to have to be able to do it, right? The humans are going to have to show up right now. You said showing up is everything, but you're going to have to show up, and you're going to have to be sincere, and you're going to have to be all those different things that emote emotion, that can get it and give it to people and get it back.
Right.
So, you know, being talented is going to be important, but being more important is being able to know how to communicate.
And being a human being is going to be important.
Yeah, because the best communicators were always not the heavy people, not Einstein, Martin Luther King and them, and Malcolm X, and people that could put the message where the layman can understand it and the intellect. And to be able to reach all the folks is what's important. My immediate people were Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, but there are so many other, you know, great folks that do know how to do that. Not a whole lot, but there's some, and
Great communicators.
yeah, it's about communication, and
As
you know,
if you go back as far as you can in history, they've always, every like, small village or whatever, they always had the storyteller.
right,
And the storytellers were highly revered.
right,
They were so important because they gave hope and inspiration to other people.
right,
And basically that's what artists are, that's what musicians are, that's what actors are, that's what filmmakers are, that's what visual artists are. They're telling stories, they're opening people up to different possibilities, and it's an important job. A lot of people, you meet, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but I think it's happened to most artists. Oh, you're a singer. Oh, so what do you really do for a living? That kind of thing. And that's, and I understand for a lot of people because it's not in their wheelhouse, or their parents told them that they couldn't do that or whatever.
sure.
And it does take a certain type of person to throw
Resilient.
themselves into a environment where they don't know whether they're going to get paid. They're not guaranteed a job after going to art school or whatever.
Right.
And that's all true. But it is an important job. It's a necessary job that people need to do because it's important to pay it forward. And just like you were saying with these great artists that came before that always had young people on their bandstands, you and I grew up in a generation where the older generation brought the young and taught them, and they were proud to do it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Honored to do it.
Exactly. Honored.
And it is important. And when you speak of the communications, the griots and the folks from back in the day and that communicated in the villages, and the idea of, how important the communication and how important the art form is. And like we said, no 401ks over here, unless you had a good financial advisor and they did your money and did stuff. But I'm just saying, it is a commitment. You do have to be courageous. You do have to be driven.
Right.
You have to be resilient. You have to have the emotional ability to be told no.
Over and over and over.
Over and over and over again. You have to get that salesman, no means next.
Yeah.
No don't mean no. No means next.
Yeah.
Remember that, Wendy?
Yes.
And,
Especially as a salesman.
Right.
Yeah, you have to be that. And, and it's so important, like I said, to even also want to expand. I don't know about you. I know you've gigged everywhere. You've been all over. But traveling abroad now and performing internationally is what I've really wanted to do. And I want to do it with my son and
Sure.
my nephew over here and my homies. I want to travel the world with it because it's fun. It's fun to see that look on their face the first time something was really, really cool, being somewhere else.
Yeah. All around the world, same song. 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 It's the same song. All around the world, the same song. Song. All around the world, same 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 song. All around the world, the same song. It's the same song. All around the world, the same song. It's the same song. All around the world, the same song. Always let me go. My business only when we need now. Next generation, gotta grow. Evolution, yeah, the show. But the sauce, you gotta pay the toll. Like she riding on the pole. Couple drinks and a couple bowls. Cause we don't smoke blunts no more. Eliminate things for the show, yeah. Just like shit out the door. Cause we ain't tryna hear that. Only good vibe, good spirit. It is at the most you can feel it. E-N-G got the weight. Pulling the breeze with the shade. Make a move day, make it play. As we on to the next, it's the same shit, yeah, cause we too complex. But your bottom line, love every shit I'm dressed. Cause there ain't no competition, there's no contest. Hey, all around the world, it's the same song. 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 It's the same song.
remember there was nothing like being in Amsterdam and going in the coffee house and buying some weed and hash and sitting there like, we can do this right here, really. And just also, just also as a black man, just being in some other parts of the world, when you hear a siren, you know they ain't worried. Like, they ain't talking about me.
We don't care about you.
Right. It's like,
Go ahead, smoke your weed.
And then just say
Smoke your weed, enjoy yourself.
But no, I just the idea of getting out and doing it. I mean, when I listen to your music, it puts me in a mellow space, and I'm sure there's some stuff that could put me in a hyperspace too. But I'm saying it's mellow when I've checked out, and I like it, and it kind of brings me back to where I come from.
Sure.
Therapeutic.
I mean, it's a must, and I called my friend Benny Green, because I felt as though the two of you would really be great, and I would love to be a part.
What a fantastic pianist he is.
He's incredible.
And Oscar Peterson, he
blessed it.
He basically gave him the blessing. I mean, that's like the ultimate blessing that anybody could ever want.
That's what Benny showed. Like, well, we were doing all the hip hop thing, and we got the platinum bracelet. Check this out, Jimmy. He's like, and he had a bracelet from Oscar Peterson, who had an inscription on Benny, I pass the torch to you. And that's incredible.
It is incredible.
And I was like, man, my little platinum records went like, man, I want one of those.
Personalized.
And I'll buy one of those.
He's a tremendous pianist.
Yeah, he's very talented. And my cats, Peter Applebaum, Stephen Bernstein, and I looked at them and they were so incredible. Well, we did Paul Hansen. Paul Hansen was a cat that when we were in fourth grade, the teacher would give you a song to learn over the weekend, and all these kids would come back. Paul would come back with like Diodato 2001 Space Odyssey. He would play it, and he was like 10. Come back and playing this on the saxophone.
Right.
I mean, incredible. He's so incredible. He plays with everybody. He plays with everybody that I grew up practicing records to. Billy Cobham. He plays with all those people. The same with Peter Alford, same with Steve, same with Benny. Benny jumped out of high school. We looked up. Next time I saw Benny, he's with Betty Carter.
Right.
Then I saw him, he's with Art Blakey. And I was like, oh, man. It's like, you know how many times I used to go see Art Blakey at the Keystone in San Francisco? And
it's a perfection.
He
said, that's why I'm kind of, at this point, your talent level is at an all-time high as far as somebody play the key, you gotta show me you can play.
Well, he's really incredible. And one of the things that he was telling me too, even when I was sitting there talking about collaborating, he said, man, I would love to. I would do anything with you. He said, when I'm really going into my solo piano, I've been in a trio and I've been in this for so long, and I really want to do the solo piano stuff. And he goes, I can understand that. You just show up by yourself, get all the money. Don't have to worry about nobody else. Mm-hmm. You can do this. And you started by yourself, practicing on that shit in the living room, right? So I can see you saying that, I want to see what this shit is like just by myself. But he's been doing it.
And he's great at it because his timing is always impeccable.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's such an important, we all have like a natural rhythm, right? But
sure.
He really, is incredible. Not only harmonically, what he's doing is happening.
Yeah.
But everything, Yeah. His timing is on point.
That stuff started in Berkeley at an organized thing would be from 9 years old all the way to 18.
The true passion.
We used to have, because Benny would be dropped off over to my house and we play. I was the first black kid to spend the night at his house. He's the first white kid to spend the night at my house. We talking about way back in the day.
You old.
Yeah. It was like,
I'm joking.
It was kind of like the TV show Julia with the son Corey and Funkenheiser, the white kid that lived downstairs, right, and all that, and they were best friends. But
love.
The idea of growing up in those fertile environments and what we were able to do and stuff is really been a lot of fun, and it's really been so fun being able to, when we were talking about genres, early with K-Love, and I'm like, man, you just don't know, bro, how much I'm really into. Like I said, I'm listening to Jim Croce 1 minute. The next minute, I'm listening to, Gladys Knight. The next minute, I'm listening to Three Dog Night. The next minute, I'm listening to James Brown. Then my father comes over, and all I'm listening to then is Joe Williams. You know what I'm saying? Tony Bennett.
Yeah, we have that shared experience with our father.
Yeah, Frank Sinatra. I remember my father bought the 75 Seville, the first year the Sevilles came out, and part of the selling thing was they had an 8-track, and the 8-track was the Seville 8-track, which Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, it was only those cats that were on that. And that shit went with the car, that went with the music.
Classic.
Right, exactly.
Classic.
It was like perfect,
They went with the car.
Right, exactly. If it had been mine, I'd have wanted like the OJs or something in it, but it was like, nah, man, it was.
Tony Bennett. That's dope.
So it was dope. And, doing the music that you do in this era, is it difficult? Is it a demand? Is it a niche market?
I think it is a niche market, but there's been so many things that have kind of opened it up. I mean, I think the stuff that my dad did with Lady Gaga opened it up.
Yes, it did.
Samara Joy, she opened up that category. Diana Krall before that, and even Katie Lang, I think, opened that up because she's that kind of real singer.
Right.
Those collabs that he was talking about.
Yeah, a lot of the collabs and stuff like that. And I think the songs are timeless,
Well, that's it.
The standards are timeless. And we all I think a lot of people, they might like listening to, I know I do. I like listening to all kinds of music. I listen to everything. And, there's like something in every genre that I like.
Right.
And sometimes it even surprises me that I'll be listening to something and I'll be like, oh, and it's in my head and
Right.
But I think that a lot of those songs, we grew up watching these old movies. It's reminiscent of a certain time.
Sure.
A lot of the lyrics are things that are still happening today. They're like really simple,
timeless
concepts that we all can relate to.
Right.
And the stories are told well.
Right.
And so.
Right. You can relate to it. You wish you could anyway.
Yeah,
you would like to. You aspire to like.
Beautiful melodies.
Right. Right. Yeah. They.
And I think we're craving a simpler time now with everything
overwhelming.
Sure.
It's all so overwhelming.
100%.
And it's the thing I got to tell you. When I was growing up, I learned those songs and I did it, but I hated, and I don't say I hated, I just didn't like that stuff versus putting on, some Tower Power in Chicago or any Kool and the Gang, any of that stuff that I really wanted to, Heat Wave, any of the groups that I wanted to listen to. But I am so appreciative I learned those standards, that stuff. I mean, because that stuff will come on some places. I'll be with some people, they don't know what that is, and I have to tell them, or, or sing along where they go, wow, like, you don't?
It goes good with a cognac.
Right. That music that's like cocktail culture music.
I mean, I think we all have things that just feel like a good home cooked meal to us. For me, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people, that music makes you feel warm,
Yeah.
But,
and the arrangements. The idea that everybody had their own arrangements of the same song.
You could hear 80 million different versions of the same tune.
Right.
Each one could be so different.
Completely. Quincy Jones's arrangement is going to be completely different from Nelson Riddle's, completely different from, yeah. You know what I'm saying? George, what was Sammy's dude? Anyway, the bottom line is that those songs, those standards are very comforting when I hear them. I can enjoy them. I do like them when I hear them. It's really amazing and how much people really all over the world, they know those songs they know Motown, most people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know the jazz stuff and they know like Motown.
Yeah.
I took my daughter to the roller skating rink today because she's out of school, and and so we were there for a good 4 hours, and I was just, listening. It was a lot of music from the 80s, but I was just listening to that and thinking this was like the top whatever music of that period of time.
Right.
And there was nothing that I felt like I had to censor for her.
Right.
And even in that time, I mean, whatever, sometimes a song calls for something a little extra than that, but it was so interesting because I was there and I'm like, wow, this is really like the different than where we're living now. And
absolutely.
And, it's just
absolutely. Every once in a while you had a Chuck Berry, My Ding-a-ling.
Or something, right? Or even
that topped the charts in 19.
Or even like Wacky Dust, like Ella Fitzgerald did that song. They call it Wacky Dust.
Right, Wacky Dust, right.
Yeah, I mean there were definitely things like that.
Right.
Oh
yeah, and you had to either know or you didn't know.
And then there are some things that were maybe not quite as obvious, but still you knew, like My Old Flame. I can't even remember his name.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean there was definitely
right, some spirited tunes that were written that were clever with double entendres.
Absolutely.
And all the rest of that, and and that's what's really important. I think that moving the music forward, what are you looking at doing this brand new year that we're in?
Well, I did this last year. I did like 2 records of mostly standards and 1 holiday music, and then I did another record that was mostly standards, but then with a few originals. And now I've kind of been working on this record with a lot of Brazilian influences. And I did some really cool collabs with Marcus Valle, who wrote Summer Samba, and Danilo Camille. And also, I wrote lyrics to a Herbie tune.
Okay.
And then I got DMC to collab with me on it. So that's really exciting. But it's a Brazilian. It still has a Brazilian feel to it.
Sure.
So we did it in our own way.
Okay.
And a lot of the songs on that are kind of not standards, but things that I consider standards, because now also in this generation we have these songs that we grew up listening to that are like standards now,
right?
Because they've been around for so long, so like new standards, I guess. And so I really kind of dove into it, and I as I was saying before, like just kind of doing something a little bit out of my wheelbox has kind of opened me up, and and I hope to finish it. I feel like in the middle of it right now, so I hope to finish it, move forward, and then just keep doing shows and collaborating with new people, and continue to write music. And
so, a little girl from Ipanema. With some Daryl Mack from Run DMC. Right. No. I dig it. I love Brazilian music.
Me too.
Yeah. There hasn't ever been an artist that I've ever checked out that went to Brazil or did something and didn't come back making Brazilian influenced music. I remember, first of all, George Duke, who did what I loved, and he did that thing, but also I can recall when Harry Mancini and Quincy Jones and everybody was heavily Brazilian influenced.
Right. Sergio
Mendes.
Right, huh?
Sergio Mendes was Brazilian, but he was smart. He came here.
Right.
And he did a lot of those songs in English and kind of had a whole American career, USA career doing that. But he also, there were so many people that did that, that came over here. And a lot of the best Brazilian records are with part American bands. Like Ray Brown is on a lot of those records. Sure.
One of my favorite songs, Stevie Wonder wrote for Sergio Mendes in Brazil. The Real Thing. One of my favorite songs, and I remember on Songs of the Key of Life that one tune that's in Brazil. That's in what is that? It's not Brazilian. That's Portuguese. What do they speak?
Portuguese.
Portuguese, and so so there was a song on the Songs of the Key of Life album that was in Portuguese that Sergio had translated or whatever for us, and the lyrics and all that was like pretty dope, showing you what they were doing. But I definitely love me some Brazilian music, and I would love to go to Brazil.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, hollow.
And see exactly what inspires people to write those songs.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing place. There's a lot of great musicians there. Yeah.
And the beaches
Good music.
are sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sexy beach.
People spend a lot of time on the beach there.
Yeah. Unfortunately for us, our own reality would be the movie City of God.
How about to say that?
City of Men.
Great movie, but
Depressing.
I'm scared to hell to go to that. But
I want to see little dude. What's his name?
Marpessa Dawn,
Rocket.
one of the most beautiful actresses ever, from the movie 1959 Brazilian movie that was big. What is that? Come on, help me out. Oh, y'all cinematically
I'm sorry.
challenged.
1959.
We're not as educated.
Marpessa Dawn. No.
I'm not sure.
It's a big movie. It's Black Orpheus.
Oh, Black
Oh,
Orpheus.
Black Orpheus.
Yeah, Black Orpheus.
Yes, so.
If y'all haven't seen that, y'all should see it. It's really
I have
great.
not. I will go
It is
make
a
sure.
beautiful movie.
Give it a follow through.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's some old Shakespeare type shit or something, I think. But anyway, it's a beautiful movie. Brazil, they sold Brazil big time, and that was a really big thing, and all the rest of that stuff. And
Listen. Oh, you know, I know. Oh, you know, I know. You know, I know. You know, I know. Don't play yourself. I keep it cool running. Do it for the look, niggas. They play stuntin'. Not by the check, then I can't even wonder. She hotter than Jamaican pussy in the summer. All my life is gold. Son of a hustler. If you a cat, then I don't fuck with ya. Money so low, so get ya hustle up. If she bad, nigga, I'ma pop, cause that's a must. Tick-tock on the clock, make the people watch. Tick-tock on the clock. Tick-tock on the clock, make the people watch. Tick-tock on the clock. Tick-tock on the clock, make the people watch. Tick-tock on the clock. Tick-tock on the clock, make the people watch. Tick-tock on the clock, make the watch. How the people staring. My aura on diamond so shiny, the bitches glaring. Funny women climbing to the top. Niggas start acting like the kid the whole time. Yeah, my niggas stop. Cause that shit I don't play, no way. Success on my mind all day. Gotta get mine in all ways. Dressed down to the nine, trying to get paid. So pass the Dutch, yeah, on the right side. Pass the Dutch, cause I'm trying to get high. Pass the Dutch, yeah, on the right side. Pass the Dutch, cause I'm trying to get high. Cause you know, I know, you know, I know, you know. Cause you know, I know, you know, I know, you know. That your heart is tainted, ain't with the business, you really playing. Need no delaying, looking for something beautiful to vibe with and laying. But no, I'm not staying, cause I got Rolex dreams with a single wrist. Watch me turn blessings into a get rich. You can choose opportunities where I see fit. I see you looking, best believe I'm the shit. Tick-tock on the clock, make the people watch. Tick-tock on the clock. Tick-tock on the clock, make the people watch. Tick-tock on the clock. Tick-tock on the clock, make the people watch. Tick-tock on the clock. Tick-tock on the clock, make the people watch. Tick-tock on the clock, make the people watch. Tick-tock on the clock, make the people watch. tock on the clock, make the people wild. Tick tock on the clock, make the people wild. Yeah. Shador. Tick tock on the clock.
You know, I would love to hear some Antonia Bennett on some Brazilian, you know,
Bossa Nova type vibe. Bossa Nova, right?
Yeah, bossa nova.
bling, 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 bling.
He said bling, bling.
bling, 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 bling.
You're a restaurant too.
You know, I just think that when you do gig, you were performing recently, and I wanted to come in that with the storm. It was storm.
Was it
The
storm?
19th and 20th. Weren't you?
Where was I?
You were in at some
19th and 20th.
really expensive place downtown LA. You know.
Oh, was I? No, I was at Catalina's recently with Eric. I was double billed with Eric Benet.
Okay. And we were going to come to that too.
That was before we met, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Night
before we met. But you were somewhere, I believe it was the 19th and 20th of December.
I don't remember. Is that crazy? Oh no, I was in Hawaii.
Oh,
I was gigging.
Maybe
in
that's
Hawaii.
why we didn't
That's
go.
why you didn't go, because I was in Aloha Land,
okay.
and it
That
was
must have been nice.
amazing.
Yeah, that must have
I did 4 shows and 2 nights there. It was really nice at the Halekulani Hotel, and they have a really beautiful little jazz lounge there.
I bet.
And you know what's so trippy? I picked up a bass player and a drummer there, and I thought to myself when they told me that I was going to do that, I was like, oh, am I really going to do that? Because you never know, right?
Sure.
But I got down there, and
They were good.
I was like, if these guys play like this, I mean, if everybody plays like this down here, I'm moving to Hawaii. Right?
Ah,
They were just amazing. I had a great rhythm section. I
that's
was
the
so
beauty.
happy.
That's the beauty of that music.
It's awesome.
That's also the beauty of that music too that you do though, because you can literally send the sheet music ahead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And people do their homework if they're
right. And you show up
Good-
and count.
good guys.
That's why music is the true international language. They talk about
Universal.
love. That's great. But
Yeah.
no music. Because you put that sheet. One of my dad's best friends is Joe Henderson, and Joe, God bless him, was a cheap bastard. He didn't want no band. He was like, you know, he wanted to make all the money. So he didn't have a problem sending the sheet music ahead to Japan. Get out there, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and they're on it.
if you got good guys and they read great, then that's wonderful. But you know what? There's a lot to be said for oral translation too, because there are some guys that didn't, like Errol Garner, didn't
Right.
read a lick of music.
Right. Yeah, but but he was incredible.
So you just never know. But I mean, and there was a guy in much more recently, he passed away now too, but his name was Dave McKenna, a great pianist.
Mm.
And he couldn't really read music, but he knew every song.
But he could spell.
Yeah.
And
But he could
he
spell.
could play it in any key. And so
Right.
nobody cared
Right.
that he didn't read music.
Right. Well, there's those exceptions.
Yeah.
And some of the greats, like you're saying, definitely Charlie Parker didn't read. But like that's what they say. He couldn't read, but he could spell.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
whatever that means. So you're trying to make some reason.
More like a visual, like you play it with me, I can play it, but if you put it in front of me as a note, like I'm not. I don't know what you're
It's-
talking about.
It's great to have that skill, right? It's great to have it. Obviously, it helps you to communicate with more people.
Yeah. I faked it the whole way. I didn't read drum charts. I couldn't read drum charts, but But if I heard
You
it
can't.
once, I was like that movie Drumline. If I heard it once, I had
exactly.
it,
What's the other
and,
movie with the dude that was the drummer? That
Oh,
was,
the recent one? The
No, it was
Whip It or what?
it was a while ago. What
Well,
was
Nick
it?
Cannon, right?
No, I know what you're about.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're talking
she just was
I
beating
think
him
it
with-
was Whip It.
Whiplash.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. That
Well,
shit.
I'll tell you a story about a drummer, Louis Bellson.
Loved him.
So he was a really sweet man.
Yes.
And I would, when I was in college at Berkeley in Boston, not in the Bay Area,
Sure.
I would go see him because, he was a friend of my dad, and I always would go see him at Scullers or one of those clubs.
Right.
And And he knew, so I told him, I said, oh, I'm having such a hard time in my ear training classes because sight reading rhythm was really hard for me. Like I could read the melody note, the notes, I could name the pitches and whatever, but reading rhythm was really hard for me. And he showed up with 20 rhythm books, drumming rhythm books, all that he had written.
Wow.
And he was like, here, these all. So he gave me all.
Dude, I had some Louis.
I have all of the, he gave them to me. And then there was this guy, his name was Charlie the Whale, and he was Dizzy Gillespie's tour manager. And he lived in Boston, and he was like a staple around there. And so I knew him. He was an older guy at that time.
Sure.
And Louis saw me leave Scullers with him. And this was before, because he was giving me a ride home. Because it was like, I would go to the club, and he was like, you need a lift, because we didn't have cars. We were like students.
Sure.
And they gave me a ride home, and Louis saw me leaving with him, and he got so worried. This was before the cell phones. So, now I'm aging myself. But anyway, so he must have left like 30 messages on my machine. I saw you leave with that old guy. I just wanted to make sure you got home okay and whatever. Like, it was so sweet to do that, to care. And then, of course, I finally called him. I was like, Louis, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you called me so many times that you were worried.
Right.
Yeah.
No, he's incredible. Louis Bellson, big band jazz drummer, married Pearl Bailey.
That's right.
Was married to Pearl Bailey. Incredible.
They had a daughter, and she was a great singer too.
Really?
Yeah, they had a daughter. She was a really good singer, and like R&B singer. She was great. And she passed away now too. But yeah.
Wow.
I saw Louis Bellson at a drum off. Billy Cobham, Steve Smith, the drummer from Journey, and Louis Bellson. And they came out with all them drums, and they did all that stuff that they did and all the rest of it. Louis Bellson came out in the turtleneck, the slacks, the shoes, and killed them. He had a double bass drum set too, and he killed them. And I was like, we were like, I thought he might have probably could have got, first of all, we're watching and we're making everything competitive, but it was a drum off, and Louis Bellson, he got the best of it with the licks and the style.
He sure had the swagger.
Yeah, the style and the way he was doing that shit, man, he was pimping that shit. He was incredible. I loved it.
So one night in New York City, I was walking kind of down the street with my dad and in his neighbor, like towards Midtown. And we come by Madison Square Garden, and the Grateful Dead are playing there. And I said, Dad, why don't we walk like no one's going to stop you. You're Tony Bennett. Just take me through the backstage so I can like go in and I want to meet the guys in the band, So we walk back. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, come on, just take me back. I want to go meet the guys. And he's like, oh, all right, whatever. So he takes me backstage, and all the, New York police officers, they all love him. So they just like let us back, and then I'm standing back there with Jerry and Bob, the whole band, and they're like, hey, Tone, you want to sing a tune, And he's like, nope, I'm going down to the Blue Note to see my friend Louis Bellson.
Yeah, man.
Bye.
Right, right.
My daughter.
Right,
like,
just passing through.
Like stand by the side of the stage and watch the show.
Right. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, the Dead. Hey,
That's awesome. Man.
Yeah, they're incredible. I told you when I met you, one of the first big shows I'd ever gone to was Vegas shows.
Right.
With Count Basie, or Tony Bennett with the Count Basie Orchestra. And, my dad would get me out there and buy me one of those polyester leisure suits with the silk shirt and all that, order me a cream de mint and tell me to keep my mouth shut, right? Because I had to be like 13, 14.
What is a cream de mint?
Cream de ment's like a liqueur, like an after. It's
not alcoholic.
Whatever it was polyester.
It's in a cognac glass.
No. It's just green shit. The bottom line
He said he ordered some liquor.
Sit there and be quiet.
Right.
And all the rest of that. And we were sitting maybe 3 rows, like not really even rows, because those things back in the day, right where the tables. I'm talking about before they built the
banquettes, when they had the
Yeah, man, that
banquettes.
shit.
Wow.
Those Vegas showrooms
That
was
was
way
happening.
cooler back then. Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
You know, and I sat there and I watched Tony Bennett. I watched Count Basie and like 30, 40 cats, like this big
Right.
band. Count Basie sitting there, man, his fingers look like they're all about this long with these big diamonds on, and he's playing these masterful arrangements.
He said this long.
Blah, 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 blah. It's just like all dope, and he's just sitting there chilling. Been doing that shit about, I don't know, at that point, probably been doing that shit like 50 years.
He said his
Or
fingers
something.
was this long.
They didn't know they were there. They were like, he's incredible, but he had diamonds on his shit. And Tony comes up and he got that smile and that thing. He's just got this mad presence.
They call it aura now. Aura.
No, it's called presence. You know, that unmatched. And then the voice.
Yeah, he could be sparkly.
Yeah. Oh my God. And it was,
Seasoned.
yeah, I mean, that's what you saw. Like, you just like, this is like some veteran, this is like some shit right here. And it was like, it was captivating.
Yeah. Groove. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. I'm in the mood. Brand new attitude. Into the chicken. Into the money to the chicken. In the mood. Brand new attitude. Into the chicken. Into the chicken. Yeah. Bounce, 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 bounce. Yeah. Fly shit only.
It was captivating, you know, because presence is huge, and a lot of people don't understand that. I saw Miles Davis years later, and he had the presence of a rock star.
Right.
You know, and all the rest of that stuff. But Tony Bennett in a tuxedo cannot be faded. He's sitting up in the tuck. You know what I'm saying? My father's whole fascination was, and the money they make up in here. You know, all the rest of that. Like, they were
Vegas,
making,
you know,
they were making hundreds of thousands a week
The
back then.
casino
Got a
shows.
business
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, the casinos always.
Yeah, that was big.
pay
Well,
more.
because
Wow.
those particular
days.
acts brought in the big people to come gamble.
Now you know who's making monies in casinos is DJs. They're like making like so much money.
Yeah.
Ah, God
I
damn
can't
it!
Depending on where you
believe it. They
DJ,
show
yeah.
up with like 2 laptops. They're good. That's it. They don't have any overhead. They've managed. They've
40, 50 million a
broke
year,
the,
shit,
they've
too.
broke the mold.
Oh, my
I know
God.
some DJs go crazy.
You know what? There's room for everybody. And God bless them that they've been able to figure out.
Elvis is turning over in his grave and shit out there.
I got an Elvis DJ.
That's funny. And the whole sad, the shit you learn about Elvis was, he couldn't leave there because his manager owed the casino.
Right.
So he was up in there damn near basically gigging for paying off the debts.
Ultimate better.
Oh my
Ultimate
God!
gamble.
Son of that dude was a son of a bitch. The colonel, the
Me,
manager.
please.
But there were so many great shows, and I remember like we would go in, and then I would always get to see shows the night before of like whoever was playing,
Right.
and it wasn't just there; it was like Reno,
Sure.
Tahoe, Vegas,
City.
Atlantic City. Right, those were the main
Turkey.
places. We didn't really have a lot of Indian reservation casinos at
At
that
all.
time.
No.
Pachinga.
Yeah,
None of
that wasn't happening yet. But those shows that came into those places that would come the night before, like I got to see George Benson
Oh yeah.
or Ray Charles. I saw a bunch. I saw Ray Charles everywhere: Atlantic City, Vegas, Tahoe, everywhere.
So
Sometimes you'd see like some famous ventriloquist or something. Like it was a lot of different things. You know?
Right.
And guys would come in and they'd have, like Ray Charles would come in, he'd have his regular, he traveled with his big band at that time, with his own band. But then there would be string players that they would get that
Sure.
would come in. So it would be strings
Incredible.
and, you know, in those days, the arrangers, they could write for strings, like every great arranger could write for strings and horns
Right.
equally as well and
Right.
together, and that doesn't exist too. There's only like Vince Mendoza that does that really great.
Sure,
you
sure.
know, there's only like a handful of guys who still do that
Sure.
really great.
I mean, yeah, it's like going to a concert and it's like having like almost this cinematic audio thing happening with it that would be like powerful.
Right.
That you're checking out those things and it's,
elevates it.
you know, and Ray Charles was, and don't get me wrong, I know you're talking about the like Rip Taylor, the confetti guy. You know,
Right.
I don't know why. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I know Rip Taylor, but I know Rip Taylor.
And there were always like some
Shame with you.
dancer or whatever opening the show or something.
Lola
like
Falana.
That. Yeah, Lola Falana.
Lola
Exactly.
Falana, you know, and then also the impression people, right? Like Rich Little. You'd have some of those people, you know. I can remember when there were acts where they just did impressions, and that was their whole
Right.
gig. You know, really, really good.
That's their skill set.
Yeah, I love those days. I love variety shows. I love Vegas. I love Gangster Vegas.
Right.
You know, I love like the movie Casino Vegas. I grew up going
Mr.
to
Rothstein.
in back then. You're Arnold Rothstein.
I have memories of going to Harrah's Casino in Reno, and nobody at that time cared about if you were of age to
Right.
walk in the. No one cared.
Right.
Wow.
And I have memories of my dad holding me in his arms and just standing next
Then
to
you pull the
Mr.
slot.
Harrah and
Right.
pulling the slots.
And
you know?
won.
Yeah, and in those days, also, like you
Change.
could walk up to the change people that were
Right.
like walking around with the money
Right, and get what you needed.
and you could ask them, you could say, oh, you know, if you made friends with them, you could go like, oh, which one hasn't hit, and they would say, oh, try that one over there.
Right.
Yeah, it was a different
It
time.
was a different vibe. It was a different thing.
You sneak it in your ear. Like, yeah,
no, you know.
Check that one out.
that one.
Yeah. My dad had a condo at the Jockey Club back in the day, and we used to fly in all the time and go do stuff. And I'd have that leisure suit and that cream de mint,
That's amazing.
and I'd be watching Red Fox.
Red Fox.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
On the rock.
Red Fox comes out, man. His opening joke, excuse me, is a bit vulgar, but the opening joke,
So-
he goes, you ever seen a coochie? You ever look really close? A coochie look like Sammy with his eye out. And it's like, oh man, you like loaded. And that shit is like, oh my God. He come out. And before he come out, he's got like these two Asian girls dancing, and he's got like a group like the Temptations.
Nobody cared about PC back then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At all.
And he was smoking them cigarettes like it was something in them motherfuckers. He wasn't just smoking no cigarette.
Nah.
It was something in them motherfuckers. He kept
Charged up.
He was like, yeah, he was like, no. He was not Fred Sanford.
Fucking Stardust.
Incredible.
Smoking that stardust.
He played it like at the Hacienda. Like off the
Right.
way at the end of the strip where like when you pulled up like tumbleweeds literally blew by.
It got dark after that part.
Right? Oh yeah. It was-
Right. Don't go that way.
My dad told me that when he first started playing Vegas, that he could hear like this from his headboard, and it was because they were tying horses to there was like still people were still riding horses up there, you know, so there'd be like horses right behind his room.
Wow. Yeah, he was in Bucky Siegel.
Early days. I don't remember that. I'm not that
Birth to
old.
Vegas and shit.
Well, Wild West.
No, you know, God bless him. I mean, he was incredible. I mean, he had a career for like 80 years or something. I actually watched the movie that he was in. I watched that movie. One of them, I don't know how many he was in.
Oscar.
The Oscar.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was. It was a good movie. He was a good friend to the guy, and the guy was a piece of shit, you know.
You really are a movie buff.
Huh.
Nobody knows about it.
I could
That is
vouch
music.
for that.
I watched
I
it.
could vouch for that.
So take us back to the moment that you realized the influence that your father's had upon people and how much people really loved Tony Bennett.
Well, you know, that's so funny that you say that, because we just finished up with Christmas, and it was probably around Christmas, because growing up in Beverly Hills, everybody had famous parents. It didn't seem like that big a deal. I mean, I went to school with Angelina Jolie and Frank Sinatra's grandkids and whatever. Everybody was famous. It was not, you know,
Right.
any special thing to be famous or really at the top of your craft. But the moment that I realized that my dad was really special was when the first time I can remember my mom saying, well, we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve because Santa is a fan of Tony Bennett and knows that your father needs to sleep in the morning. And so it was around probably around 5 or 6, because my parents did not want to wake up on Christmas morning if they could. Yeah, they didn't like that. So
Like sleeping.
we did Christmas, all the gift opening on Christmas Eve. And in the house that I grew up in, there was a den and a living room. And so all the kids would go into the den, and there would be like a noisemaker. And then Santa would arrive, a real Santa would arrive in the living room with all the presents. And Santa played the violin, you know.
Wow.
We had a violin playing Santa. It showed up.
You had a
With an elf.
a classical.
With the
He's very tall and leggy, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. And, you know,
Wow, that's what it's
Yeah.
like to be Tony.
Tony Bennett.
that's how
Tony
they,
Bennett
Brings a real
Christmas.
Santa Claus to the house.
You got a real Christmas
we did a
experience.
real Santa and with lots of gifts on Christmas Eve so that my parents could sleep in the morning because, you know, Santa
Right.
was a Tony Bennett fan.
Wow, so you guys got to open your gifts on the night before,
Absolutely.
which was way cooler, right? Because
Way
you got
cooler.
to open them. Everybody had to wait till the morning and all that.
That's
We
my
didn't do
birthday
that.
too.
That
so
was
that's
cool. So
perfect.
that seemed like some cool ass Tony Bennett shit right there. That seemed like, no, we're gonna do them. We're gonna do it the night before.
I think that was probably my mother's arranging.
Okay.
But, you know, but I'm sure my dad was
Okay. He's like,
That
Show,
sounds
do
great.
what you
Yeah,
do.
exactly.
I trust you.
Wow, that's a great Christmas
Yeah,
story.
that's awesome.
That's a great Christmas story.
My dad had a personal Santa.
Right. Right. Did he have tuxedo pajamas? No, I'm just kidding. That was great. And look, once again, look, Antonia, it's been so beautiful having you here. I mean, this is one of his. First of all, it's cool to plug in. I speak about Antonia, I go, she's a cool ass chick, man. She's a cool chick, and I'm sorry. And cool chick is a cool thing. I'm being politically correct or incorrect.
I don't take offenses.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, I'm not.
I agree.
You know,
Handle it.
she's the homie. The idea is that I look forward to collaborating. I feel a collaboration. And I just think that the timing is great. Shout out Big Scott if he's listening, doing big things. And the whole crew, Dave and them. And I just think that our getting together and my background with that stuff and understanding what you do, and then also understanding you want to go in some more directions too, we'd find a happy medium with some of that. It'd be cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Collaboration.
Yeah. Collaboration.
It goes back to collaboration.
Collaboration.
A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people just can't do it. Some people are so self-contained and stuff now, and they just can't do it.
Because sometimes, you get in an environment and somebody wants you to do something and it's just not going to sound good on you or whatever. But, that's the great thing about the studio is that you can try things and change it and work it out until,
Until it fits.
Right. Exactly.
Live is something else. Like when you're collaborating live, it's a different thing.
Live is what I like. Live is what
I like it too.
Yeah, I love performing live. Getting back into it now. Looking to come to a stage near you. Everywhere we can, and who knows, you might see some of the coolest, newest shit out there performing. And I think the whole idea too is to flip the presentation, to be able to flip the presentation now and do things slightly left to center.
Right.
You look like you're making a song on stage.
Well,
you never
creating
know.
it from scratch. Like, what I'm saying?
Did you, before COVID, Esperanza Spalding did a whole live record and she live streamed the whole thing and she sold advanced copies like with, handwritten numbers. So she sold I think only a few hundred or whatever.
Okay.
I forget however many it was, but it was like a limited edition of the album.
Okay.
And she wrote all the songs in the studio and then recorded them. Like everything was done on the spot. And it was live streamed and it was great for her fans, really connected. I think it was such a smart idea.
Yeah.
She's got a good head on her shoulders.
Yeah, she's an incredible musician. Super fine. Sorry I had to mention that. She's super fine. I know my man Curtis, Mr. Davis, he probably bought a record. He probably bought
he's
a big Esperanza supporter.
Yes,
he loves her.
Beautiful.
And
where's she from? Seattle?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I read her bio.
Yeah.
That is
I
correct.
just seen her. She's like, oh man, she's so dope.
She's
Esperanza Spalding.
She's from Berkeley. She did the Berkeley, or
she went to Berkeley, Boston too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she taught at Juilliard.
Well, of course.
She did. Yeah. Pardon me, not Juilliard, Harvard. Sorry. See, my bad. See, I don't know.
Okay.
He read the whole bio.
I didn't read the bio. I just hear stuff.
She stayed out there in Massachusetts. She stayed out there in Massachusetts with it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shout out Esperanza.
Shout out to Esperanza.
And more importantly, shout out to you, Antonia.
For sure.
And everything that you do moving forward. I just look forward to new things and and just keeping it moving and just, because they say if you keep moving, they won't bury you. So at the end of the day, it's like, hard to bury you if you keep moving.
I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. Shout out E40. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. Yeah. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. Let's go. Hey. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. All that other shit, sugar coated and watered down. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. All that other shit, sugar coated and watered down.
Underground shit, it's a new way. Never been a fan of the same thing. Can't keep up, gotta change lanes. Don't mess with lanes or the plain Jane. Talentless niggas trying to claim fame. Just to give it up and play games. Energy that's not familiar, kinda strange. Looking for the major, not the minor things. Like turn rise to riches. D-Win-G got slabs for instance. The way she turned up, yeah, that's the business. Keep the nonsense, yeah, at a distance. And rock on, baby. For the top, only looking for greatness. Something fresh and new like a newborn baby. Have them in the building and they go all crazy.
I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. Yeah. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. Yeah. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground.
No Carolina's only hope. Hyphy with the flow, 12 years old, getting hyphy on the flow. Bitch, tell me when to go. Young nigga fast forward in the base, so too. Hit me with the give and go. You ain't know. Country king used to sell it by the pound. Most of the crown, and then I throw it in my mouth. That's a chopper down, huh? Bet that ass up, feeling juvenile. Bitch, give it to me now. The moon is full, look at the dark clouds. Sitting in my canvas, watching your hoe go wild to doubt. I'm feeling a little foul right now. Niggas still get around with digital underground. Highway to a day, do the dash in the whip. Another fucking show, young nigga getting rich. All the other shit, sugar gold in the water down, it made me sick. That's wrong, but mainstream, bitch.
I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. All that other shit, sugar coated and watered down. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. All that other shit, sugar coated and watered down. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. I don't fuck mainstream, I knock underground. All that other shit, sugar coated and watered down. Sugar coated and watered down.
Amazing. Hard to hit a moving target.
Move forward.
Antonia, where can we reach out to you? Or do you do the Instagram?
Sure, I do the Instagram.
Okay.
Antonia Bennett.
Okay.
There must be a handle, but I don't know what it is. But if you actually just look up my name, you'll find it.
Google me.
Yeah.
I'm sensational.
Wikipedia.
I do all of the,
Right.
most of the platforms.
I get you. We're getting ready to get way more involved with some of that stuff too.
Yeah.
It's like, just come see me at the show.
I do have people who help me with that because
Sure.
I'm not so great at it.
Sure.
And I have a website, AntoniaBennett.com. Find me there.
Main source.
It's all about direct to consumer. It's all about bringing them right to you, sweetie. You on point with that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to get a website for 20 years. I can't get one.
Why not?
I can't get one.
Conversation for another day.
One for me. I might be the only one.
They won't do one for
I don't
me.
have one. I need one. ChopMasterJ.com. If anybody go ahead and make it for me, and I'll shoot
.org.
Venmo.
You can make it yourself on Wix.
You can. I can make it myself, huh?
You can.
Yeah.
Or you can
we
get
might.
like one of your kids to do it because
Yeah, my granddaughter.
that could,
There you go.
My
probably
granddaughter, she do it. I know she know. Genesis, make Pop a website, please. Antonia, it was great having you. Thank you for coming and sharing with us on Like Father, Like Fun.
pleasure.
Second generation, next generation entertainer family, legend.
All the way.
We doing some legendary shit up in the in like Father Like Fun up in here at the Beverly Hills Content Studios. I call it Shine Light. Beverly Hills Shine Light Studios is what I
Be
call
plugging
it.
that.
And I appreciate you, and I look forward to working with you, talking with you, and
Collaborating with you.
and collaborate. Absolutely.
Me too.
Absolutely. All right. Let's give it up, y'all, for Antonia Bennett.
Thank you.
All right.
Drop
All
the
right.
beat, Jay.